The next story I wanted to talk about is about Lego. As it turns out, one of the January 6th insurrectionists got arrested recently because they broke the law by being in the Capitol building. And when they were arrested by the FBI, apparently they had a full model of the Capitol building in Legos at their house, and it was confiscated as evidence. I was on patriots.win, which is basically the Donald subreddit. After they were banned from Reddit, they created their own website. I was on here and I saw just this plethora of Lego memes. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Come to find out, that's what happened. So I figured we'd read this article about it, and then we'd get into a couple more articles. But take a look at some of these memes here. You smooth brains got nothing on Lego Joe. I hesitate to ever read anything from this website because they use language that's really, really bad. The N-word constantly, the F-word, the slur against gay people, they use that constantly. And I fear that if I'm sitting here reading some of this stuff, I might accidentally say the word. I guess I could bleep it out or just remove it in the final clip, but I just don't want to be in that position at all. This is from the FBI. Hey, FBI, my kids have a ton of Legos in their rooms, and my parents love freedom. Very suspicious. Where do I report them? Family members and peers are often best positioned to witness signs of mobilization to violence. The thing is, they're making light of this person having a Lego set. He wasn't arrested for having the Lego set. That wasn't the thing that got him arrested in the first place. It was breaking into the Capitol on January 6th. The fact that he had a Lego set that was a model of the Capitol building is evidence that he was planning something ahead of time. He wanted to understand how the building was structured and everything else. Anyways, let's read this article by Rolling Stone, written by Tessa Stewart on July 7th. So let's give this a read and see what it says. FBI agents seized a detailed Lego model of the U.S. Capitol from a man accused of storming the building to disrupt the Electoral College certification on January 6th. The Lego set, 1,032 pieces and advertised as suitable for boys and girls over the age of 12, was seized from the Glenshaw, Pennsylvania home of 27-year-old Robert Morse on June 11th. Holy shit, 1,032 pieces? That's a gigantic Lego set. According to a memo from federal prosecutors requesting that Morse remain detained until his trial, the FBI used dozens of photos and stills from videos captured on January 6th to place Morse at the Capitol, where federal attorneys say he helped orchestrate one of the most intense and prolonged clashes of the insurrection. Morse is accused of using his entire body to push against the rioters in front of him as the group tried to use the shields to push past the officers guarding the door. So he wasn't just a bit player kind of moseying his way through the Capitol building. He was actually playing a big role in it. It was during this time that an MPD officer was being violently crushed against the first set of doors with a shield held by another rioter, the memo says. I remember that. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that, but you guys should look up video of the 1-6 insurrection if you haven't seen that. It's pretty disturbing stuff. On a separate surveillance video referenced in the documents, a man authorities believe is Morse can be heard calling out, "Hey, everyone with a shield, back up and organize. Make a shield wall. Organize right now and make a shield wall." Where are those fucking shields? According to the authorities, the shield wall was used to crush officers in the rioters' path. Additional footage from the police body cameras and press reports show the same man waving a Gadsden flag, attempting to seize a baton, a visor, and a flagpole from Metropolitan police officers, and crawling into the building through a broken window. So he wasn't a passive player in this, basically. He was directly involved in what was happening. Morse was first identified to the FBI by an anonymous tipster identifying him as a Penn State graduate. According to the Daily Collegian, Penn State's student newspaper, Morse was elected chairman of a nationalist student organization called the Bull Moose Party during his time at the university. According to the paper, Morse, who studied secondary education at Penn State, was employed as a substitute teacher for the Shaler Area School District outside Pittsburgh. Online interviews referenced in the prosecutor's memo indicate Morse may have previously served as a U.S. Army Ranger. After the FBI tip, Morse's identity was confirmed by 4 additional witnesses, according to the memo, including one witness who said Morse may struggle with some mental health issues due to his time in the military. Damn, that's sad. The military can be really damaging to people's mental health. I was actually watching some stuff recently from this YouTuber, reasonably big YouTuber. He's an ex-Marine, I believe. He basically reviews military movies and stuff and talks about how accurate they are. Wish I could remember the guy's name. He seemed pretty legit to me. Not too legit to quit. That's a new level of legit. But he was just plain legit, I would say. He made a really good point in his YouTube videos that the military trains you to be a soldier, but when your tour is over, they don't train you to be a civilian again. First of all, they use psychological tactics to manipulate you and to brainwash you. The military does. This is on record. I mean, they say that's what they're doing. They're breaking you down and building you back up in their image. Unfortunately, they don't teach you how to be a normal, functioning member of society again after you leave. And that's obviously coming back to bite them in the ass. I hope that veterans services, the VA, or whoever the hell handles this, can find some way to contribute to these people's lives in a meaningful way to help them get over their PTSD. I just really want to see these people get the help that they need and that they deserve. And if we don't help people who are dealing with real mental problems coming out of the military, we can expect this kind of extremism from them. Anyway, let's keep reading this article. Inside Moore's home, authorities found a number of other items the man in the video was pictured with, including a Gadsden flag emblazoned with the words, "Don't tread on me," a neck gaiter, a military utility bag, a black tourniquet, and military fatigues. They also found a notebook with messy scrawl that read step by step to create hometown militia. The steps included buddy teams, battle drills, formations, ambush, and patrol base. That's concerning. My God, I'd love to get my hands on this book. On the opposite page of the notebook were a list of names and notes to self, including bring kit and body armor, bring assault rifle, pen and paper, water, and 4 magazines. Morse is facing multiple federal charges, including certain acts during civil disorder, assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees, robbery of personal property of the United States, and obstruction of an official proceeding. U.S. attorneys did not specify whether or not Morse utilized the Lego set, advertised as including a collectible booklet containing information about the design, architecture, and history of the building to prepare for the Capitol riot. Lego didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. This is the kind of person we're dealing with here. That's who this guy was. Morse was an extremist who knew how to plan insurrections and was actively planning to create a hometown militia, or was in the process of creating a hometown militia, quote unquote, as he wrote in his notebook. And we have people on the Donald subreddit, basically, making fun of it, acting like it's ridiculous. Hey, FBI, my kids have a ton of Legos in their rooms, and my parents love freedom. Very suspicious. Where do I report them? Pretending this is nothing. Pretending this is just a big fucking joke. This guy was dangerous. He was mentally ill, possibly as a result of his time in the military, and he needed help. And they're making light of this situation as if it's nothing. It's fucking sad. You know, the other day, I did a video on Patriot Front on my main channel, or I released it on my main channel. I got a bunch of people on there leaving comments like, I got somebody on there who said, honestly, Trump should have taken over the military and not left office. I said the military leaders specifically said they would not get involved in the election and they would respect the results. You could be a little less transparent with your hatred for democracy. And they said, I care more about America and its citizens being great. I find your love for archaic governmental designs disgusting. You would rather Americans be jobless than great. If anything, we should have corporations and business people directly running the country. I said, not even pretending anymore. Awesome. The facade has fallen away. They are now open about not wanting democracy. They want a dictatorship. What this guy was describing was a dictatorship. He wanted Trump to take control by force. What are we going to do about these people? What are we going to do about this? This is a problem that needs to be addressed. We are going to have to find a way to deal with the fact that nearly half the country, well, 35-40% at least, no longer want a democracy, seemingly.